Yo, 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 what's the word? What's the word? How y'all living out here today? How y'all living? How y'all living? Yes, sir. My name is Dan Blac.
And I'm Anthony Chapman.
And y'all know what this is. This is another episode of the Fathers from the Hood podcast. We out here just doing our thing, man. So we're going to once again bring y'all this Fathers from the Hood podcast because that's what we are. Two fathers from the hood.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to cater to that and get right into the thing, right into it. First of all, let's go ahead and address the location. We out here in California, and we are making sure we're doing some other things. And this is the hometown. We really from the city.
Definitely.
And we really from the land, but we out here, right? Tell them what we're doing out here.
Yeah, so we out here definitely supporting the company. Fathers from the Hood is sponsored by Monster Mix LLC, of course.
Yes, sir.
And we're out here during the Namm show, doing some business, rubbing some elbows with some people, networking, and so we can get this this podcast and everything else onto a bigger platform for everybody that watches and tunes in to Fathers from the Hood,
Yes, sir. From the hood. Yeah, we kind of interacted with a couple of people that we remember. It's been a long time for each of our partners to see some people that we saw. And it was good to kind of interact with them again in a different, setting, in a real industry setting, working setting. So, and, I know y'all saw a lot of tech. I know, the homie saw tech, and I know you saw a lot of tech, right?
Yes, definitely some pieces I want to grab. Definitely some pieces. Definitely gonna cost some money though.
Oh yeah. The homie ready to spend. He's like, So, but anyway, we got to get it together. We good. So we bringing everything to y'all. Like we said, we in California, just getting it right. So we might have different settings here and there because we are from the hood. So we want to make sure we switch it up a little bit. But anyway, like I said, we've been at Namm, and we're gonna get right into one of the topics, which is the difference in parenting your son and your daughter. And are there differences? Do you kind of parent them differently when you try to do it? Go ahead.
Definitely parent them differently. I mean, not even just parent them differently. When you hear that your daughter did something and then you hear your son did the same thing, your mind goes to a different place. You know what I mean?
For sure.
Definitely, because so when my daughter is older than my son. My daughter is 10 and my son is 6. And I remember the first time that my wife told me, "Oh, your daughter likes a little boy in class," and my mind instantly went, "Oh, hell no! What
hell to the no! Hell to the I wish
hell
I had that
no!" But you know what I mean. My son is 6, and just a month or so ago, he comes home, right, and he's like, "Hey, Dad. So I like 2 girls in class." Ooh. Right." Right, and my mind is like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, all right, but then he say, "Oh, but I don't know which one I want to marry yet."
Ooh, okay, hold on. Well, we got something scary for that one.
And I'm just like, but the positive to it is that he said, he don't know which one he want to marry. It wasn't, which one I want to make my girlfriend or something like that. It was like which one I want to marry and make my wife. And I think that comes from setting an example.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You know what I mean? Like
always
setting an example for my son and letting him know that, one girl is the way to go.
Yeah, definitely the way. And it's less headaches, son. Anyway, when you're talking to the difference for me, I want to say that it's a double standard for sure.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest. My daughter, you know what I'm saying? For sure. For sure. Like, I got so many sound effects I can use right now for her alone and what we go through. But like you said, when they do come to you and tell you things, you're a little bit more understanding. You're a little bit more softer. It's like you're in a chokehold. Like, what's she about to say? She worse than your lady saying, "Okay, we got to talk." Okay, but you want your daughter to talk to you, so you don't want to feel that way. So it's definitely a double standard. But when she tell me stuff like when my first time I heard her, like I think she wrote it down on some paper or something like, some like something. I said, "Man, what is this?
What is this?"
For real. Just so, it's a double standard. So I'm encouraging my sons. But go ahead.
So well, I got a question for you. What about whoopings? Was it harder for you to whoop your daughter than it is for you to whoop your sons?
You know it is. And that we can spend the whole talk. We could spend a whole separate episode about that alone.
Yeah.
And I think we almost should. But as far as that, of course, to answer your question, I'm a little bit rougher with these boys because I know what they got to deal with, and I didn't have mine around. So this is what I figure. I say sometimes if I'm going towards the right or I'm going towards wrong, as the lady, just give me input. But either way it go, I'm here. So certain stuff you can't tell me because I didn't have no daddy here. He was there. My step-pops, he was gone too. But for the most part, you can't tell me certain things because I'm going to be here for them. You know, I'm going to make sure I'm here. So I'm here to do it. Yeah. But when it comes to your daughter and your son, only reason why I do encourage my sons to do that is because I want healthy male interaction. I am an advocate of making sure these boys are boys. You know, all that they, in all essence.
You know what's crazy for me? I used to be more afraid for my daughter going into the world than my son. Mm-hmm. But nowadays, to the way things are, I'm more afraid for my son.
Oh yeah,
going into this world than my daughter. Like I expected. My mindset was like I expected my son to be strong.
Right.
Like that's how I'm raising him to be a strong young man. But at the same time, like he got so much against him
already.
You know what I mean? Don't get me wrong. My daughter got a lot against her too, but he got so much of, how can I say, things to fear of him just being a male and being a black male in America.
Even at a boy's young age, even at a young age.
Yeah, that it's like, man, I look at my son and I'm like, I have to prepare you for anything.
Oh yeah, have to. It's my
that
job.
May happen.
It's your job. Yeah. And me, I might do it a little bit harshly. I might do it a little bit in your face. I might do it sometimes uncensored, but right after that, I'm going to give you a lecture and let you know what's going on. But me, I am, like I said, a real advocate of letting, hey, Dad, I like this little girl. Okay, come on now. You want to take her out? What's up? Let's go get some ice cream. I'll drop y'all off and leave you alone.
Right.
Because that's just the way I am, and I'm an advocate of making sure that we keep this next generation of young black men strong, healthy black men. Like you said, he wants to get married, which is great. You know what I'm saying? Our kids want to do this too. But soon, not to a quick segue, we're going to have our sons and we're going to go together as fathers to the gun range and let these boys know that we'll talk about it, but certain things we're going to do and let y'all know that we want boys to really know what it is to be males out here from a young age, and you can't do that unless you have your father there, unfortunately. So daddy wasn't there to take you to the fair. You ain't been home? No, I'm there every day. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a little different. There is a difference, and to answer that question, for me, is a difference. Maybe for mothers, there's a difference. If you guys have any ideas, go ahead and let us know. But I would like to think there is.
Please, everybody, if you're watching this on social media, comment, man. Leave a comment of what y'all think. We would definitely love to see, what type of people have different thoughts about this topic, because not everybody raises their kids the same.
Definitely. We know that. We know that. But that's it. And when you say raising the same, this is another great topic, a great way to go into it. We want to say that I have a question. What would you say, you, of course, is a good age for you to have this discussion with your boys, since we're talking about boys?
The birds and the bees.
Birds and the bees and the tomatoes and the grapes. But I'm talking about that conversation. You know what, that thing. What age is it appropriate for you to have that conversation with these boys? What do you think,
I think that you should start having that conversation earlier than later. So, like with my little girl, she just did the sex ed class.
Yeah, mine's too in fifth grade, but I didn't let him do it.
Oh, you didn't let her do it?
I let my son do it, because I can tell you more than that little class gonna do you.
Well, I definitely let my little girl do it, because I don't know nothing, the in-depths about a girl's anatomy, and that's something they can teach in class. I mean, I don't like the fact that she had to see the other side too, but at the same time, it's something she's going to be exposed to growing up. So I'd rather her have the knowledge now and kind of ask me the questions while she's at a young age, than go out in the world and get the knowledge from the world. You know what I mean? Definitely. So, but back to my son, I think I want to start talking to him around 8-9 years old, because I don't shelter my kids from a lot.
I don't either.
Yeah, so my kids.
I do though. I protect them, but I don't like sugarcoat it. How about that?
Yeah, my kids see things, and I know they understand things because I was their age.
Right.
And we knew a lot.
I used to watch Jenny Jones and Ricky Lake and say, hold on. Those things aren't normal. She put something in there to get them that big. Anyway, they used to have implants, all of it. But what age? We used to see that and know something's going on.
But imagine us being able to see that without the phones and the technology and the internet
and
YouTube
and the searching and the Google.
So you don't know what your kids is looking at on them phones, even with the filters.
Yeah, right.
You feel me? So you got to be on top of that before the world is on top of that, because the world will F your kid up.
Oh yeah, they will, and they probably already getting towards being messed up now at school and all this other stuff. But me, the age that I already had that conversation with my son, and he's 10. Last year I think he was 9. He was like 9 in a couple months or something. He was like, "Dad, what is sex?" I said, "Man, that's all right, man. You want to know?" He's like, "Yeah,
that's why he asked it.
It's all right, man. Have a seat."
Right.
I told him, I really broke it down. I said, listen, and you cannot talk to your little brother and your little sister about this, because when we watch movies and when we see certain things, you already know what's going on, right? I know. You know what's going on, right? Yeah, kissing and kind of like, okay then. So what I'm saying is you can't have that conversation with these little kids because you're a few years older than them. And you kind of, our son and daughter are the same age. So when it comes to that, he already kind of knew about it with school. So I kind of gave him a crash course real quick. And I didn't frighten him, but I did keep it honest. So in case with that, I think for me, and everybody's different, nothing against that, I would want him to be maybe just a little bit older to get the full grasp of the anatomy of the reproduction process of what it is. Me, I just told him this is where kids come from. Boom, boom, boom. I put it all out. 9 years old. He asked me. I said, and then I told her after.
Yeah.
She said, "You told him that?" I said, "Man, he asked me." She said, "Well, if he asking at 9, I guess he needs to know. My boy's grown." I said, "Man, I'm telling you, that's why I just bust down. I went to the bathroom, took a shot, came back, laughed with him, and said, okay, let's do it." But that's how so that's the age I feel. My daughter, I think she needs to know when she's like in college.
Yeah. That ain't gonna never happen. You know that, right?
Come on, I know somebody behind me. No, I'm just playing, but that's. You would love to kind of prolong that as long as possible. But girls are smarter.
But why?
Of course.
Why?
You know why?
No.
You know why? I tell them all boys ain't nothing. All boys, I'm telling you, daddy ain't nothing. Your brothers ain't nothing. Your brother stank. Look at his shoes on the ground.
But then you look at your son and you telling her that her brothers ain't nothing, right? But you look at your son and he'll go out and he'll do things and he'll come back and it'll be like, oh, pat on the back type. You know what I mean?
I said it's a double standard earlier. I already said
But should that double standard be there, though?
It used to be. And maybe that's my problem. I'm still kind of like a little bit older school, and you can put whatever words you want on it, depending on what group you identify with or hang with or what kind of mom you are. Like, people say my views are whatever. But for the most part, I think that's how I raise mine. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be understanding of the new way. See, like, it's okay for them to tell my kids that it's button every single kids movie. Every movie I go to, somebody got their ass out and they're shaking it and for the kids. But you know what I'm saying? But it's not okay for me to be adamant about telling my boy what's this about, man, this is healthy. So this is why you think you always see a boy kissing a girl in the movie. But as far as the age, I don't know. It's different for everyone.
Yeah, it's definitely different for everyone.
We could spend all day talking about that. But like I said, it's a double standard. So my youngest son, 7, I ain't talked to him about it. Yeah, he's 7. I ain't talked to him about it. So
right, okay.
Kids know. They be like, ew, what's that? Daughters, they smart. They know.
They are.
They know something's going on.
Yeah. And my to be honest, my wife takes a lot of that role on with my daughter, just to teach her that, sex is not something that is just something you do. There's emotional ties for women, like when women do things like that. Don't get me wrong.
I don't talk.
Yeah.
That's for the mama.
Yeah, exactly. So
save the drama for your mama.
So yeah, I'm glad to have a woman that's willing to sit down and have those conversations for me, so I don't have to be placed in that position. But my daughter still comes to me for questions, what I mean? And I'm happy she does, because she trusts me, to have those conversations.
And you don't want to lose that. You don't want to lose that. My daughter the other day, to real switch topics, she was in a dress. So I remember her mama telling her, "Hey, you can't be doing this." And she don't wear dresses often, but I remember her mom telling her, like, "Hey, you can't be doing this." Well, okay, so she did it, remembered it, and then she slipped up. She's like, "Hey, Nate, do this." But me, I got a little aggressive. Like, "Hey, man, you better do it." She was like, "Okay." But like you said, is that double standard healthy? Is it there? We could talk about that too, but I just want to make sure that our boys are boys and our girls are girls. I don't want them rushing to be trendy. I don't want them to be doing the next dance and then doing this on TikTok. I don't want them doing all. So that's.
But eventually, no matter what you do, that'll come. You know what I mean? Once they start. More like middle school.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's before that.
Yeah, exactly.
You're right.
Yeah,
damn, man, the naked truth. He want to slap you in the face with truth and honesty. But all right.
But you gotta be truthful with yourself. I've come to accept that eventually I have to face certain facts. You know what I mean?
Facts.
And I've told my daughter, like, I joke with her all the time, like, if you ever get a boyfriend, I'm gonna kill him. You know what I mean?
What? You letting jokes only. Not y'all don't know. That was a joke.
That's a joke. But in all honesty, don't touch my daughter.
Don't touch. Hey. To be honest, you know what? You gonna hurt anybody about your daughter. We talked about this already, bro. And we can talk about it every single episode, bro. You do something to my kids and my daughter. What's that movie with Samuel L. Jackson and the dude? I'm crazy. But anyway, we've got another topic because people going crazy about their kids. Like we said, going crazy. Dads are crazy sometimes for these kids.
Yeah.
What would you do in the situation of the court? Are they giving us opportunity? And we're going to also invite more guests, but just to touch lightly, because we haven't been in that situation.
Right.
Fortunately, thank goodness, we haven't had to be in that situation. But for those that are, what would you do in the court? Because they kind of make it seem like we the crazy ones.
Not even just the crazy ones. Like, we don't have the capability of taking care of our kids the way they supposed to be taken care of. Like, I understand women are natural when it comes to the nurturing, you know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, I nurture my kids too.
Yes,
it's not something like a lot of us in our time, our generation, we grew up as you got to be hard, and don't show emotion, don't cry. And we did grow up like that. And I'll be honest, I grew up like that. I had to be tough, but in the same at the same time, once you have kids, there's an emotional feeling. There's an emotional tie to your kids where you're willing to be emotional with your kid and open with your kid.
Definitely.
That sometimes you can't even be that with your significant other.
Oh yeah, for real.
And you can do that with your kids and feel for your kids.
I could definitely joke more with my kids, and I could be corny and loon with them. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I want the world to understand that. You know what I mean? Men can nurture their kids just as good as, or even sometimes in situations better than the woman can.
Message.
Yeah, like really, there are plenty single fathers out here doing their thing.
Yes,
you know what I mean, and raising their kids and raising them successfully. You know what I mean?
Take our hats off to them. Let's commend them. And,
it's not just women, but the courts though. I don't think they see it like that. There's something about, I guess, carrying the baby and having the baby that, the courts are just like, that's the mother. Like, no matter how, sometimes it's no matter how effed up the mother is.
Right.
Like,
in certain states, no matter how, it's there still.
Yeah. Even on the child support and all that, like, sometimes women don't even have to prove that they're using the money for the kids. It's just like, oh, you had the baby, yeah, you got to pay. So, you know what I mean? Even if you taking care of them, even if they with you most of the time, even if, you know what I mean? Like, that's nuts to me. There was one incident, and I can't even remember the guy's name. He was there when the child was born, so the woman decided it wasn't his kid, but the woman decided to put his name on the birth certificate. Okay. And the courts made him pay child support, even though they knew it wasn't his kid, because his name was on the birth certificate.
I need a sad sound effect for that one, man. I'm about to cry for him. What's his name?
Like I can't remember the guy's name. I wish I did, man. I should have did a little bit more research, but that's the type of thing, like, if this is not my kid, yes, I was there for the kid and willing to be there for the kid, but you can't force me to take care of someone else's kid.
That's the contract. To make it. You putting my name on this contract, honey. Wait a minute. How long is this contract? 18 years.
18 years.
This is worse than not paying off a house.
18 years. So on the kind of off topic, do you think in a situation where a man and a woman gets pregnant and they both have to decide if they want to keep the baby, should that be a
man and a woman get pregnant?
Yeah, like, well, the woman gets pregnant.
You said to decide the baby. I'm just joking.
Do you think that should be a 50-50 decision? And should the man have say so?
Don't put me in no dangerous predicament answering this question. This is a manly podcast, but I do.
Yeah,
I do.
Yeah, I mean, being a father and having kids.
I do. Especially, like, not to be weird, but this is my last name. This is attached to me. This is mine, you know. But we look at things differently. We there. You know what I'm saying? We all have pride and we take honor, or we take pride in being fathers from the hood. We're fathers, but so everybody can't do that. Don't think of that's 50-50.
Right.
But yeah, I do. I think it should be, and we're gonna do things 50-50 legally. But that also means, hey, sometimes you got it, sometimes I got it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. Or you do this while I do this. So I was always trying to help out. And
now I'm about to throw a curveball at you.
What?
It's the woman's body. She has to carry it, right?
All right, Tupac.
Right. In a situation, what if a man doesn't want to keep it, but the woman does?
Oh no! You ain't doing me like that.
So who in that instance takes priority? Is it her? Because she has to carry the child. It affects her body, and in the end, it's kind of her decision to do what she wants with her body. And if it is,
that's a very good question.
Yeah, and if it is, because I think it is. I'm just gonna give you my answer, since I don't want to. I think it ultimately is her decision.
It is,
right. But if she makes that decision, knowing that the man doesn't want to have a child, I think she should be fully responsible for that kid.
Oh, you could. Now you're in trouble. Now you should play that Tupac, because a man has no interest in win shit to create one. But I think that it should be. Now, for example, if I say I'm not willing or ready to do this, let me put that in writing. That right now I'm not ready, but I'm telling you that I ain't ready, and I don't want to do nothing now because I ain't got the money. But I just think transparency and communication is key, and we should try to convey that. I don't want no NDA. I don't want no contract with what's going on. I don't want to put my name on nothing. But if it's mine, you're a parent, you happy, man. This thing just popped out. That thing just popped out, fresh out the thing, looking all pale and everything. You're like, oh man, come on, man, give me this brand new car. This is cool. I'm with it. Not a car. I hate to compare it like that, but you're like, man, come on, sign me up. I love it. I'm ready. So it's a little different. But as far as the courts, they painting us negatively. Men in general, and this is when we kind of make sure we do cater to everyone, not just people from the hood, because there are all kind of men going through this. I even have a homie that is, so we might invite him on there. Make sure we're gonna bring a guest on here in the next couple episodes to make sure we get different opinions on this exact topic. But I think the courts are painting things negatively.
So I know there's going to be a lot of comments on this video
because of you. It's this brother, not this.
There's going to be a lot of comments, but I want to hear it. I want to hear from the women. I want to hear from the men's perspective, because You know, when you make a decision like that to bring another life into the world, and you make that decision, and you know who you're making that decision with.
Well, they know. Come on now. You know
what I
that
mean?
dude was a dirty
Like,
dog.
you gotta,
come on, man. And you know she couldn't cook.
Yeah, you got to understand
You know
that,
she barely washed her clothes and she couldn't
situation.
cook. How she going to wash the kids' clothes every day and cook? That mean the baby ain't going to have no milk. She going to be doing it and the clothes going to be dirty. She can't get the draft.
Right.
Draft is expensive. And, okay, my bad. I'm just ranting. No, my
But
bad.
you know, there's a flip side to it, because what if the woman doesn't want to keep it and the man does, and he's willing to take that responsibility on? You know what I mean? But she has the choice, because she has to carry it. She has to have it. Like if I tell my woman that I want to have a baby, and then she goes down to the clinic and my baby's gone, and she just comes back like, yeah, I got rid of it. Like, it's a problem.
You just said it's her body?
Yeah, it is her body, but that's my seed. That's half of me. You know what I mean? That's half of me. So, you know, ultimately it's her choice, but you hurt, that hurts me. You know what I mean?
Definitely, as a man that definitely takes pride in taking care of his.
Yeah.
For sure. I definitely understand. We got to make sure we do it. Go ahead.
No, I was about to say, let's take this to a lighter note.
He ready. He going in. Okay, I was just do it then.
Yeah.
The brother's going in. I'm sweating. Hold on. I'm sweating worse than when I'm watching the kids. Speaking of watching the kids, so I call them, this is a delicate topic. I might get talked about too. I'm talking about him. Now they're going to come for me. When you say babysitting, what is the proper term when they're your kids? Are you babysitting these munchkins, these rugrats, these real monsters, or are you watching the kids? Real quick, I hate because I say, man, I used to say, I don't say it no more, but sometimes I say I'm babysitting. They be like, no, these are your kids. You ain't babysitting. You watch the kids. It's no babysitting. You're supposed to do this. Man, if I'm with the babies and I'm sitting my ass right here watching them, I'm babysitting. You understand? I don't care if they 7, whatever. They my babies. That's my baby girl. So I'm babysitting.
Yeah.
So that's my take on it. Which word or which term, which phrase do you like more? Babysitting or watching the kids?
I use the watching the kids more. I got to be honest.
And why?
The term don't matter to me.
Right.
Let's get that straight. The term don't matter to me. I'm watching my kids. I'm with my kids.
I'm at the house. That's what I'm at.
I'm with my kids by myself. That's the part right there.
That.
Right. I'm with my kids, and it's me, and I'm the parent, and I have to cook. I have to get up.
I most likely won't go anywhere within the next 2 hours.
Right. But either way, I say I'm watching my kids. If there's somebody else's kids, I'm still saying I'm watching the kids. Like it doesn't translate for me. But when I am watching the kids, I know I'm watching the kids different than when my wife watched the kids, because she'll get up and she'll make them a whole breakfast. They eating cereal guaranteed that morning if I'm watching them.
He's making flakios.
They get, my kids don't even come and ask me to cook breakfast. They get up and they like, oh, mom not here? Okay, I'm about to go make a bowl of cereal.
Right I love me some breakfast. I'll be cooking breakfast, man. I like it, but that's just me. Yeah, just the term though, man. And sometimes I use that like, okay, I'm watching, or I'm at the house, I'm with the kids or whatever. But yeah, so it is, something that a lot of people, kind of juggle or kind of, fight between, trying to figure out what words should they use. But we use the term sometimes watching the kids, or I'm at the house with the kids, basically.
Right.
So only real fathers will understand what that means.
So what is your approach with watching your kids? Do you got the Kevin Hart approach, or where you sit on the couch
and they watching you?
Is that toilet? Get out that toilet. Like
I always do that, no matter where I'm at, in the bathroom, wherever. Like I said last time, I try not to sleep. You know what I'm saying? So I know when I do pass out, it's probably, they responsible though. They don't be tearing up everything. One thing they do, if I go to sleep and I didn't lock that good old magic door, they drinking all the Capri Suns.
Yeah.
They drinking all the Kool-Aid jammers. No, I'm just kidding. And then I try to get certain stuff like, man, they just juice monsters. I can't blame them because I am a juice monster myself. But when I'm at the house, I try to just juggle it all, try to let them do it. And like I said, I'll be wrestling them. Sometimes my youngest son, he's so slick. What he'll come next to you and he'll put his arm on you. He'll do something, push you. Next thing you know, you push him back.
Yeah.
And as soon as he do that, it's on. Y'all fighting and wrestling. It just escalates. He just hit you a little harder, and then you go back and forth. So I enjoy that, man. They all three of them teaming up against me. One day I know they're gonna get me, but for now, I enjoy really just having fun.
Might be sooner than later.
Sometimes they be hitting a little hard. I'm like, man, they be doing, man. They be trying. Man. Come on, bang, elbow. I'm like, bro, did I hit you that hard? You doing too much.
This is practice. For
real. I'm ready, sugar free. If you stay ready.
Man.
What's some of your tips? What you do at the house?
Hey, man. So my kids are in the video games.
Okay.
So I definitely let my son play his video games, and I know where he is. He on the couch. He in his video game with the controller. Like I know he ain't doing nothing else. He ain't doing nothing else. And then my daughter, she got her phone, so she constantly with her friends and texting and playing Roblox. I think they play together.
Please don't say that name.
Yeah,
no dissing them. Don't say the nice kid. My youngest, that's all he play, Roblox. But he be yelling. He be getting a little upset. I think he gonna have a YouTube channel or something with somebody cussing. I hate when they watch them videos out of nowhere. Do your kids watch them videos out of nowhere? It's like a fright video.
Oh,
and they playing a game, and then next time some little corny white dude with glasses. Cut that off.
I didn't see my kids watch some weird stuff, man. That's another thing.
Which is why I definitely make sure I filter and limit the amount of time and what they watch on that thing.
Yeah, my daughter's curfew for her phone automatically cuts off at about 8 o'clock. So she can't even control her phone. I pushed it a little bit further. I think I gave her till like 9 o'clock since the summertime, and she ain't got school in the morning and everything like that. But I definitely got a curfew on that phone. I definitely got the curfew on the video games. Like
trying to Wi-Fi, all the Wi-Fi off.
I forced my kids to go outside.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, y'all got to go outside. Y'all got to do something. Sure. Y'all got to play. Y'all got to play basketball. Y'all got to skate. Y'all got to ride bikes. Like, y'all got to do all of that.
Pay all the money for all these little things in this garage for y'all to not use it.
Right.
Use that. You can use that. Yeah, for real.
Right. So, like, I try to make sure my kids are active and stay active. You know what I mean? Around.
We'll touch on that topic too, man. That's a great topic, man. How to balance your kids using the electronics and technology, along with still being healthy kids getting out there playing, getting scratches on their knees. You know
definitely.
Which is what's needed. Let's do that. And then, you know what I'm saying? That's smooth. I want to do that. But we'll do that later.
Yeah.
Also, just make sure we top. Any tips or anything you want to give them?
When you're watching your kids, man, try to be involved sometimes, play with them, play the video game with them, go outside with them, ride bikes with them, you know what I mean? Do those things because they remember those things.
It might be corny. My tip is, man, try to read some books to them at night. I'll be making up stories. You know what I'm saying? I'll be making up crazy stories and then telling them something weird. It'll be something I'm going with the flow. I'm just going as I go. But I'll be doing that just to give them, like, real creative dreams and real different stuff in their mind so they can kind of always stay open to, imagination. So that's just one of my tips that I do. I want to make sure these kids are creative and imaginative. Yeah. So, on that note, we're going to go ahead and, end it. I think we did good. I think it was cool. But for the most part, we just getting started. Yeah, we're always getting better. So, we appreciate y'all for being here. Like I said, we will be here once again with this podcast. So,
thank y'all for tuning in.
Thanks for tuning in. Go ahead and like the channel, subscribe, and do everything y'all need to do. Like I said, go ahead and look up monstermixllc.com. Go ahead and search Monster Mix LLC. Look out for Fathers from the Hood. Go ahead and stream Anthony Chapman's music. Go ahead and search and stream Dan Blac. And hey, you got anything to say?
Be great fathers.
That's it. Be great fathers, man. Continue to be great, y'all. We love y'all. We fathers from the hood. And continue to love those kids, y'all. Yes, sir.